Alright, this is Breaking the Silence, episode 3, and in this video what I want to do is summarize the storyline of The Silence from beginning to end. This is the overarching framework that I use when I write individual stories or think about specific characters. So I call The Silence a space symphony because I'm modeling the story after musical theory of a classical symphony. So the Silence will be composed of 12 volumes broken down into 4 parts or 4 movements. And I have a diagram to show you what this looks like. Here you see now the Silence, and there are the 12 volumes broken down into 4 parts, and each of the parts is named after one of the movements of classical symphony. And so part 1, or movement 1, starts with the sonata, and in this I will deal with the introduction of the main characters, leading up to the frustration of the characters, which will drive the story forward. From the very first issue, you meet Naomi and Lazarus. They're the main characters that you follow, and they're drawn into an interplanetary journey or search for answers. They hear of this upcoming war, and they want to know where this war come from and who it involves, and so on. So their journey leads them throughout the Prolegomena system, and I'll talk a little bit more about the setting and the time and the meaning and all that in another video. But here they meet the other main characters, such as the guards, the naturals. They hear about the hierarchy, Dr. Polaris, Robert Graves. And what they find out is that the universe has descended into this conspiracy of lies and deceit. And so the first movement ends with Naomi and Lazarus being very frustrated, hopeless, and ready to give up because they keep running into a series of dead ends. In the second movement, the Adagio, here I deal with the themes of hope and disillusionment because they begin to hear of this prophecy of this character called the Face, and this gives them hope in the face of their frustration. This character called the Face is a very mysterious character. He's invisible, and yet he appears to people throughout the Prolegomenon system. He appears as a human or as an alien. Sometimes he appears as the person he's talking to. But he's on a search for this other main character called the First Man. He promises, or the Face promises, that he's going to eventually meet up with the First Man and put an end to the rule of the hierarchy. And like I said, you'll learn about the hierarchy in other videos, but that's his goal. And so the people of the Prolegomenon system turn against the Face and devise a plan to kill him. Naomi and Lazarus hear about this, and they attempt to defend and rescue the Face, but he eludes their search. And so they begin to question their hope. They begin to question their trust in these promises that he has given and this prophecy of this galactic redemption. And so the second part ends with disillusionment. They've completely given up hope and are questioning everything about themselves and about what they've assumed about life. This leads to the third movement, the Scherzo, and this is the crisis. This is where everything comes to a head. Now, the people of the Prolegomenon system have put the Face to death, and Naomi and Lazarus learn about this, and so they decide to begin searching for the First Man. They figure since that's who the Face was searching for, if they find the First Man, maybe they'll find the answers to their questions. In their search for the First Man, they meet another main character called the Everyman. And the Everyman is also searching for the First Man, so they all join together to look for the First Man as they travel among the planets of the Prolegomenon system. Eventually, towards the end of this movement, they find out the real identity of the Everyman, that he is the Face. The Face has come back from the dead and has become the Everyman. And so Naomi and Lazarus now, their hope is reestablished. They believe in the promises or the prophecies again, and they finally found the one that they were looking for. This leads to the fourth movement, or the final movement, called the Rondo, and this is the resolution. So Naomi, Lazarus, and the Everyman finally find the First Man, and they turn to gather the naturals for this final battle against the hierarchy. Excuse me. There's a final prophecy that states that the First Man and the naturals will return to the land of the living tree to live forever with the Everyman, free from the hierarchy's rule. So the Everyman leads the naturals back to the land of the living tree for this final assault against the hierarchy. They defeat the hierarchy, cast them out of the Prolegomenon system, and enter into the land of the living tree to live forever as originally promised in these prophecies. So that's the end. That's the conclusion. So a bit of a spoiler alert, but that's kind of the framework as I think it through writing individual stories, developing characters, thinking about how they interact, and plot lines and themes and sub stories, and all of that is all fitting within this larger framework of The Silence. So that's it. That's The Silence, a space symphony. And I hope you enjoy as you read and engage with this story.